Alright, so I thought I'd show you on this smart notebook that up here, this button, View Screens, you could click on full screen here. And then when you go through the trapezoid maze, on the side that doesn't have the maze, the blank side, they can write out there are two things that have to happen to be a trapezoid. What do you think the first thing is? Oh, there's number 4 in it. What do you think it is? Right? So that's how I kind of work it. And then this one, what do you think the other thing that has to happen is? Oh, it says 1. 1 what? 1, oh, it's an S. Set. One set of what? Parallel sides. Okay, so once they've written those out, then we're going to go through and see this maze. So this kind of gives you, so they don't see like all of it, although they'll have all of it on their paper. And then we can say, here's the guy, which way are we going to go? We need one set of parallel sides. If I go over here and click on the 3 buttons, I can get a highlighter. And they would have a colored pencil. And then we do the 1 set of parallel sides. And now let's keep going. Which way are we going to go now? And now it has to go down. And then it has to go over until we get down to that backpack. Okay? So, not having to do all of these in one day, but like the next day you could do parallelogram and do the same idea. So I'm going to take this off and go to the select. There we go. And now parallelogram. Here are 2 things, 4 sides. What do you think the other thing is, right? So we go through like that, and then I have my maze. And on this one, I might have them have 2 colored pencils, because now we're going to highlight the 2 sets of parallel sides. So I go my highlighter, pick a highlighter. Here is 1 set, and then with my other color highlighter, I have 2 sets. Wait a second, those aren't parallel. That's not the parallelogram. Okay, so here's my 1 set and my 2 sets. Okay, all right, then I keep going. I put the rhombus on here for the 3rd one. 3 things have to happen here where the 4 sides are the same. And then when we go through in color, we could have 2 colors again, where I go, okay, well, this one is the rhombus because it has 1 set, and then 2 sets, and then I pick up my pencil, my pen, and I put these little dash marks in here, and that means that all these sides are the same, congruent. So that is what has to happen if it's a rhombus. Then the other things I put on here. These are the price differences. So I'm going to go back to select. So I'm not using the pen. So there's this chair or there's this chair. One of them's more expensive than the other. Which one do you guys think is the more expensive one? Okay, they think it's this one. Okay, that one's $825 for that chair. Let's see, this one? Holy moly, almost $1,700 for that chair. What is the difference in price here? And which one would you get?
Mom, those are 2 chairs.
They are. So I would say the difference between these 2, and we could solve it by using the algorithm. Or we could solve by looking at the difference between 825 and 1,698. And the nice thing about that is this way I could use addition to solve it. Because I could go how far to 900, how far to 1,000.
Mom, do they know me?
And from here to here would be 75. Then from here to here is 1,000. And then from here to here is 698. And then I would get to add these up instead of dealing with subtraction.
Mom, do they
You might be like, no, I don't want to use the number line. But the cool thing about the number line is that makes our brain stronger for number sense. And we can use our addition skills.
Mom, dude.
So there are a few to choose from on here. You can peruse which ones you like. This one's amazing. The difference between bowls here. And this one between the silverware. So this one, just keep in mind, this price is for 4 place settings. So you get 4 sets of these. So that's a total of 20 pieces.
Mommy.
For how much money?
Mommy.
It's pretty ridiculous for them to see how much silverware is. 220 versus 40 bucks. All right.
Mom, do
And then
they
the other
know
part,
me?
yep, this is Miss Westbay.
Oh.
And then the other part would be the note cards that we talked about that you could do for fractions and decimals. So this is like the front of the note card, and this would be the back of the note card. So I'd have 1/2, draw a picture of a number line, 0 and 1, and mark the middle. And for them to remember with this one, I might even put on there, think about cents, and this as $1. If we go half of a dollar, right, we have 50 cents. And then a fourth, when I see that 4, I think money. And then on the back of the card is the decimal. If I go to more of them, 3/4 thinking money, 2/4 thinking money. Here are the back of the cards to write out the decimal. 1/5, we're not going to think money there. I mean, you could, but this one, we can make a 5 into tenths, which helps us because tenths are that next spot after the decimal. 2/5, think in tenths. And then a third and 2/3, I'm going to write out that division for a hint at what it would be. And then 2/3 would be double 1/3. So I'd have to think, well, 1/3 was 0.333, then 2/3 is going to be double that. And then this is for that Thursday for tangrams, if you want to do that. How you make tangrams. One thing to keep in mind when you're making the tangrams, let me show you. They're going to start with a piece of paper. And the piece of paper, we'd want to say, well, to make tangrams, we need a square. So we have to start off with a square. Now you could do this for them first, so you don't have to deal with this step, or they could see how to do it themselves. I'm going to fold this over so it looks like you're almost starting a paper plane. So let's see, like this, like this. And then here's where I'm going to cut off this part. So I'm going to fold this and then cut along here. So this rectangle piece is gone. And now what I have left over is a square. And then I can start the video to making the tangram pieces. And then once you've made the tangram pieces, I would have them label what each of them are. So yeah, these are triangles, but we can be more specific and call them, let me see if I can get my select here. Call them right, oh wait, I have an I. What am I saying? They're going to be, because we haven't used these words much, isosceles, where 2 of the sides are the same. Not all 3 are the same. If they were all the same, we call it an equilateral. It's isosceles. And then we have our square here and our, oh, what did I do here? Let me show you. I went and said it could be a quadrilateral. Let me go like this and scroll down for you. And we could call it a quadrilateral, a parallelogram, a rhombus, a rectangle, and a square. And I circle S because that's the most specific name for it. Just like us, we're humans, a woman, a Seberly, Marneberly, so we can get more and more detailed. Whereas this one, we could be a quadrilateral, a parallelogram, and that's as specific as we can get. Okay? All right, the only other thing I put on there is once you get your tangrams, they could try to make a square out of them. They could try to make a rectangle, a right isosceles triangle, a parallelogram, and this type of hexagon. Yeah. Mathagon actually has a tool that's Tangrams that has where they can manipulate it on the website, but I probably would stick to just using their papers. All right, have fun!